You look out your window on a bleak winter morning. The world is stripped of life, buried under a freezing blanket of gray and white, and then you see it. A flash of impossible, vibrant crimson landing on a snow-covered branch. The Northern Cardinal. When we look at this bird, we assume the red is simply a color. We think nature opened a bucket of red paint and dyed the bird's DNA. We assume the cardinal is born red, just like a raven is born black. That assumption is completely wrong. Welcome to Raw Canopy. As always, our commitment is to the unvarnished truth of the wild. We are silent observers, no staged encounters, no artificial drama, just the raw, brilliant mechanics of survival. Today, we are looking at the molecular reality of the cardinal's feathers. Because that red is not a genetic guarantee. It is not paint. It is a chemical receipt. And the process of creating it is a brutal microscopic industrial operation. Number 1. The alchemy of digestion. Unlike melanin, which creates blacks and browns, the Northern Cardinal cannot biologically synthesize the color red on its own. If you lock a cardinal in a room and feed it nothing but basic low-pigment seeds when it molts its feathers, it will turn a dull, sickly white. The crimson color must be aggressively extracted from the environment. The bird's diet is a hunt for specific chemical compounds called carotenoids. The yellow and orange pigments found in wild berries, dogwood fruits, and insects. But a yellow berry does not make a red bird. When the cardinal swallows a berry, its digestive system acts as a high-powered chemical refinery. The bird's internal organs tear the yellow carotenoids apart, oxidizing and molecularly restructuring them into entirely new compounds called phytocarotenoids, like astaxanthin. These freshly forged red molecules are then pumped into the bloodstream, traveling directly into the growing feather follicles during the autumn molt and continuously injected into the beak to maintain its neon orange warning sign. The bird is literally wearing its diet. Number 2. The genetic glitch. But how does the cardinal know how to perform this chemical alchemy? Why don't all birds that eat berries turn red? The answer is buried deep within their DNA. Researchers at the Washington University School of Medicine have identified the exact molecular catalyst. It is a specific gene known as CYP2J19. This gene creates the specialized enzyme that acts as the chemical shredder, turning yellow food into red feathers. But here is the fascinating part. Many yellow birds possess this exact same gene. However, in a yellow bird, the gene is only activated in the retina of the eye, acting as a filter to help them see color. Millions of years ago, the ancestors of the cardinal experienced a genetic anomaly. The switch was flipped. In the cardinal, the CYP2J19 gene was activated not just in the eye, but in the liver, the skin, and the feather follicles. The bird was flooded with the enzyme. It was a genetic accident that turned them into the crimson icons of the North American winter. Number 3. The Biological Billboard. In the wild, being bright red is a terrible survival strategy. A neon red bird against a white snowy background is a beacon for every Cooper's hawk and neighborhood cat within a mile. It is a massive liability. So why maintain it? Because of the females. The sexual dimorphism, the vast difference in color between the male and the female, is a highly sophisticated visual communication system. According to the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, the intensity of the male's red is a transparent, undeniable gauge of his physical quality. Because the color requires a diet rich in specific, hard-to-find berries and insects, a fiercely red male is broadcasting a message. I am a master forager. I control the best, most resource-rich territory. I am healthy enough to survive despite being completely visible to predators. The red is not just pretty. It is proof of competence. The female, on the other hand, wears a cloak of muted olive and brown. She sacrifices the display for stealth, allowing her to incubate her eggs in the shadows, invisible to the predators hunting above. Yet, nature leaves a signature, a subtle stroke of crimson on her wingtips and crest, just enough to maintain their shared identity.
Number 4. The Yellow Cardinal. Very rarely, perhaps once in a million observations, someone will step into their yard and see a ghost. A Northern Cardinal with the exact same shape, the same black mask, the same crest, but colored in a brilliant, shocking lemon yellow. This is not a new species. It is a phenomenon known as xanthochromism. In these extremely rare individuals, the chemical refinery has broken down. The metabolic pathway is defective. The bird eats the yellow carotenoids, but its body completely fails to synthesize the red chetocarotenoids. Instead, the raw, unprocessed yellow pigments, like lutein, bypass the liver and are deposited directly into the feathers. It is a beautiful, walking genetic error. A 1 in a million malfunction that proves exactly how delicate the chemistry of color truly is. Number 5. The Keeper of the Color. When you understand that the cardinal's color is built entirely from its environment, your backyard takes on a new level of responsibility. The birds visiting your feeders are relying on the resources you provide to maintain their biological armor. If a cardinal's diet deteriorates, if their habitat is destroyed or saturated with pesticides that kill the insect population, their feathers will fade, and a fading cardinal is a bird that will lose its territory, fail to attract a mate, and ultimately fail to pass on its genetics. If you want to ensure the cardinals in your yard remain healthy and fiercely red, you must provide the right chemical building blocks. Plant native fruit-bearing shrubs like dogwood, winterberry, and serviceberry. Fill your feeders with high-fat, high-quality fuels like black oil sunflower seeds and safflower seeds. Avoid chemical pesticides that destroy the caterpillars and spiders they desperately need during the summer breeding season. The next time you see a Northern Cardinal flash across your yard, do not just see a red bird. See a survivor. See a complex microscopic chemical refinery operating at peak efficiency. See a creature that takes the raw yellow materials of the forest and forces them through its own blood to forge a crimson armor. It is a masterpiece of evolution, and it is happening right outside your window. Tell me in the comments, have you ever been lucky enough to spot a yellow cardinal? Or how do you attract the red ones to your yard? Subscribe to Raw Canopy for more silent observations of the wild. I'll see you in the next one.